Welcome back, family. We're coming up on Christmas here. We got our little piggy Christmas ornament. I forgot my Santa hat this year, but here we go. We got a little bit of an Americana theme going on. To start off, we've got some smoked cheeseburger hand pies with some special sauce. We've got some clam and shrimp chowder going with some garlic bread with that. We've got some roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon, blue cheese, and a little bacon vinaigrette. And we've got some smoked hot roast with mushroom gravy that we're gonna put on top of some buttermilk smashed potatoes. And then finally, we've got some sweet potato and raisin cinnamon bread pudding. So let's get it all heated up and get started. All right, guys, we're gonna go in with this pot roast. Similar to last month's mole dish, we had to kind of thin this gravy out so that as it heats up, it'll tighten up. It should be fine, but just keep an eye on it. You might need to add a splash of water to make sure that it gets heated through. But I think this would take about 12 to 15 minutes to get nice and hot through and get the gravy reduced. We've got our oven at 425. We've got our sweet potato bread pudding that's gonna go in too. This definitely has to get cooked through. It's gonna be the only item that's not like already cooked and we don't have to just warm it up. So this might take about 15 to 20 minutes too. By the time it gets nice and browned on top, it should be ready to go. We've got our hamburger pies. These are gonna take probably 8-ish minutes to heat through. By the time they get nice and toasty again, they should be good to go. We've got our garlic bread that's gonna go with the clam chowder, the seafood chowder. This should maybe only take 3 to 5 minutes. By the time the butter's nice and melty and everything, that'll be good to go. And then our Brussels sprouts, we're gonna warm these up. These should take 5 to 8 minutes. I'm gonna toss this bacon in here right on top now so that hopefully the bacon will get kind of nice and crisp back up again too. And we're off to the races. So for the seafood chowder and the mashed potatoes, those are just gonna go right in the microwave. The seafood chowder probably will take about 2 minutes. The mashed potatoes might take closer to 3. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop these in the microwave and get them started while we got everything else going in the oven. All right, we got our seafood chowder, nice and hot. We're going into a plate. This has bacon, potatoes, onions, clams, shrimp. It's just thickened with some puree of the boiled potatoes, so it's not super gloopy like a lot of chowders are. I'm just not a big fan of a lot of roux, so hopefully that's up to par for you guys. Then we've got our nice garlic bread for sopping in that stew. Gonna just plate that up like that, and it's already kind of shingled. Butter should have melted nicely down in there. And if it didn't, we're just gonna do that. Yeah. All right. So you're a little toasty. Our bacon did crisp up a little bit, which is great. This vinaigrette is definitely gonna be congealed because there's the bacon fat in it. If you want, you can microwave it for 15 seconds or so, but I'm just gonna put it in here and let the warmth from the Brussels sprouts warm it up. Just kind of fold this together. If you want to put this in a mixing bowl at this point, definitely can, but I think we'll be all right. These are just our same kind of roasted Brussels sprouts with our barbecue dry rub. And then again, we're just mixing in this bacon and bacon vinaigrette. Start putting this in. And then we're gonna garnish with the blue cheese on top. Crumbled blue cheese. That'll kind of melt down a little bit over those warm Brussels sprouts. And that'll be that. Our smoky cheeseburger hand pies. I did like flip these over halfway through so that kind of all around they can get a little toasty and crunchy again. These were fried, so the dough's cooked, the filling's fully cooked, so you don't really have to worry about cooking these. We just want to kind of re-crisp the outside, and by the time we're good with that, should be nice and hot through. And then we've got our special sauce, which is kind of like a Big Mac sauce, mayo based, ketchup, mustard, some chopped up pickles in there to kind of bring it all together. And then the filling is smoked ground beef, seasoned with kind of our AP dry rub seasoning, some smoked tomatoes that we pureed up, mixed it in there, cheese, and then some caramelized grilled onions. So hopefully you'll enjoy those. So we've got our pot roast nice and reduced down on the gravy. We have our mashed potatoes here. These mashed potatoes again are roast or boiled Yukon Gold potatoes with garlic, buttermilk, cream, butter, and then this smoked short rib. Hopefully it doesn't, yeah, it's gonna fall apart. And then I did actually add just a tad of water to this gravy just to get it back to the consistency I wanted. And we're just gonna let that run down. And hit that with some chives. All right, to run it back, guys. Holiday season coming up, or at least Christmas, New Year's is coming up. We've got our Americana theme again here. We've got our cheeseburger hand pies with our special sauce. We've got our seafood chowder with the garlic bread for sopping. We've got our roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon and blue cheese and the bacon apple cider vinaigrette. Then we've got our smashed potatoes with our short rib pot roast and mushroom gravy. And then finally our sweet potato raisin cinnamon bread pudding. Hope you guys enjoy it.